Here with Sauvage of the Greenbrier East Spartans, and we had a little message there, Dia. So we'll pick up where we were. But you were talking about the girls that were on the East team that your dad coached, and just coming up to the gym. Just talk about that coming up and how important that was to you, making you the player you are now.
I was so excited coming up here every day throughout the summer, and knowing I got to play with them. Sometimes I'd even pass with them throughout their breaks or whatever. And during the camp, like the camp days, those 2 weeks or a week, during the Marshall camp that they would run after with the girls, I would always try and participate in that. Even though I wasn't a high schooler, I always tried to be in it. And so I got taught from Mitch, college girls, and like high school girls always.
You said that you would beg your dad to just come into the gym when you knew he was going to be there. Talk about that again.
He would always come up here, well, obviously for practice, and I always wanted to be here with him and just step foot in the gym. It doesn't matter if I was sitting there watching him. I just wanted to be there and just be included and just watch the game of volleyball. It was just, I loved it, enjoyed it.
Do you remember the first time that you kind of fell in love with the sport? I mean, knew that this is what you wanted to do?
Well, ever since I was born, I've been around volleyball, touched it. So whenever I could touch a volleyball, I'm able to pass volleyball. That's the earliest I could. I was peppered with anyone. Shad, I've always been peppering with. And, yeah.
That's what they call it when you pass it back and forth before just hit two people hitting it back and forth. You told me one of your earliest memories was with your brother Shad, who was a record setter himself at James Monroe basketball, and they just won coming off the state championship last year. But talk about that memory. I think it's kind of ironic where it was at, and you can get to that, but just talk about that memory.
The earliest memory I have is me and Shad passing at Woodrow in the far left hand side. That's the place we would always pepper during Dad's tournaments. We would never timeout, breaks, warming up. We would always be back there peppering with each other.
So the high school girls were out there, and you and Chad were over there, and he was in middle school, and you were a couple years younger. So you guys were over there still playing volleyball.
Yeah.
Even though while they were going at it too, out on the court.
Yeah.
Did seeing your brother set records during his career? And he set a few at James Rowan. Was a great player. Probably has a 3-point record that won't be challenged down there. But seeing him set records, I know you were there when he scored his 1,000th point. How much did that inspire you to want to do that as well? Maybe be a record setter yourself.
I mean, I've always looked up Shad. His opinion is one of the most important to me. And whenever I seen him, me and him always compete. Who has the most records and who's going to beat this and all that. And just that always pushes me like, oh, I want to do this more than he has, and we always just compete, and that's what inspires me to keep pushing.
Is he one of your biggest fans? I know he came in from college to watch you at one of your tournaments, and you guys were able to pepper that day. Fritz probably made you remember when you were younger doing that. Yeah. You said his opinion was more important than anyone's. Is that what kind of inspires you on?
Yeah. I've always been looking up to him, proud of him, always watching him and wanting to be like him and just outgoing and wanting to just keep pushing in my sport and work, and that's what does everything for me.
And you have been able to do that. Are there any other records you'd like to get? I mean, I know that when to get to the state tournament, being in Charleston, as he was last year, is goal number 1. But are there any other goals or records that you're chasing?
The service heat record, which Lanny Cole holds right now, I'd like to beat that, but I think it's going to be hard for me. A lot of teams, their goal is to serve away from the libero, which, I don't get it wrong, it's smart of them. But it just depends on the team and if they're serving you, where their serves are going, how many times they do serve throughout the game. It just depends on the match.
Your dad said that you guys had proved a lot quicker than he had anticipated. You kind of see it the same way. You guys doing a little bit better than you thought, or have all the goals changed because you guys did improve, and you've got an outstanding match record right now?
Coming in the season, I thought we were going to be average, but we've improved a lot, and I'm excited to see where we keep going. And I know we can go farther. We have our ups and downs, but the way I know we can play, I think we can make it far. I'm excited to know, like, this is how we can play. And, yeah.
All right, Dee, I appreciate the time. Great job, and good luck in the sectional tournament.
Thank you.